two types of suffixes, and we want to learn how we can use those suffixes not just in words on their own, but in sentences as well. Okay? So I'm going to read these learning intentions out to you today so that you know what we're going to do. So today we're going to learn how to form nouns by adding the suffix ence to base words that end with ent, and also with base words that end with ant. Now those base words sometimes might be verbs and they can sometimes be adjectives as well. Today we're going to focus on adjectives actually. And we're going to learn how to use those particular words writing sentences. Here is my first sentence. I'm going to read it to you. It says, the baskets have a different shape. What are we talking about? We're talking about the baskets. Write that down on your sheet, the baskets. What are we saying about the baskets in this sentence?
They have different shapes to each other.
That's right. They have different shape. They have a different shape. You can write that down, that they have a different shape. Can I get you to underline the word different? Just the word different. We'll come back to that word soon. So I'm talking about the baskets and that they have a different shape. Often it's, if I really want to start with the most important thing in my sentence, that's what I start with. So if the baskets is really the important part, that's what I'll say first, the baskets, at the start of my sentence. But I can change my sentence around and say it this way. Read the sentence with me. The difference between the baskets is their shape. So I'm saying the same thing in a way, aren't I? But what am I saying? So what are we talking about now? It's the difference between the baskets. So can I get you to write that first part of the sentence? The difference between the baskets. That's what we're talking about now. Underline the word difference. What are we saying about the difference between the baskets?
Is their shape?
That's right. Is their shape. So you can finish the sentence, is their shape. So we've got in one sentence the word different, and the second sentence it's difference. Can you see that? I'll give you another example now. So we're going to go to the next sentence on your page. The sentence is, the students visited a significant place. Okay? So in this sentence, who are we talking about? Who are we talking about? Let's all say, who are we talking about?
The students.
Exactly. Write that down. What are we saying about the students? Have a think.
They visited a significant place.
Yeah, exactly, that they visited a significant place. So finish your sentence. Underline the word significant. Significant. And that's our adjective. We'll talk about that soon. Now I can say something very similar, but I'm going to switch my sentence around and I'm going to have it this way now. Read this sentence with me together. A place of significance was visited by the students. So in this version of the sentence, what are we talking about? A place of significance. Write that down over here. That's what we're talking about. A place of significance. And what are we saying about the place of significance? What are we saying? That it was visited by the students. That's right. A place of significance was visited by the students. Finish off your sentence. Was visited by the students. Full stop. Underline the word significance. We're going to talk about that word today as well. Sometimes I want to say the most important thing first, and that's the first part of my sentence. So if I want to emphasise the most important part of the sentence, and it's about the place of significance, that's what I will start with. That's the important part, so I'll start my sentence that way. So, as you can see, in this first sentence, the baskets have a different shape. The word different is in the second part of the sentence. But if I change it around, I have the difference between the baskets is their shape. But now the word is different, so I've had to change the adjective different to the word difference. And that's part of a noun. So I need to do something special to that. Can you see that the word different ends with ENT, but the word difference ends with ENCE? Can you see that? We'll come back to that again soon. Let's have a look at the next sentence. Read this with me together, this sentence here. The students visited a significant place. So you can see the word significant is in the second part of my sentence. Okay? Can you see the word significant has ANT at the end? Or I can change it around and have significance at the start. Let's read this sentence. A place of significance was visited by the students. So now I have the word significance, not significant. And can you see it's at in the first part of my sentence? The challenge really is, how do I spell these words like significance and what was the other word? Difference. We need to follow a special generalization. So we need to do something special to the base when we turn it into a noun. And this is what the generalization is. You ready? Listen carefully. Notice that the word different ends in ENT. Can you see that? ENT. To change it to difference, I need to do something special. I need to do this. I need to actually remove the last three letters of the base and add the suffix, which is ENCE. So different becomes difference. And there are other words like that end with ENT, and if I want to change them to have ENCE, I can apply that same generalization. There's quite a few words that I can apply that generalization to. Let's have a look at this one here. Significant. What was the noun for that word? Can you remember? What was the noun? If you remember, say it out loud after three. 1, 2, 3.
Significance.
Significance. You've got it. And so for this one, we have to add ANCE. And we end up with significance. And this is because the base, significant, ends with ANT. So I need to know that if the base ends with ANT, in order to add the suffix, I need to change that part of the base by removing it and actually using the suffix ANCE, not ENCE. So it sounds the same, ence, ENCE and ANCE, they sound the same, but they have a different spelling. On this worksheet, you'll see some words. Some of those words are base adjectives like different and significant, and some of them have the suffix instead, like ENCE or ANCE. And down here, I've got the first generalization, which is if the base word ends in ENT, you need to change ENT or remove it and replace it with a suffix. And the suffix is ENCE. So you need to find those base words, write them in here and add the suffix. And then the same thing here with the second generalization. Words like significant, they end in ANT. Can you find words that end in ANT? And then write them down here and then write the suffix next to it for each word. So significant, significance. If you have time, we can have a go at writing some sentences. So you can choose one of those base words, write a sentence using the base word, like the word different in the sentence. We were talking about the baskets, remember that sentence there? That they have a different shape. And then write the sentence again, and instead of using the base like different, change it so it's the suffixed word instead, like difference. And that word will be at the first part of the sentence. Look for the words that end in ANT and underline them. And look for the words that have ENT at the end of them and underline those ones. So the first word is different. Can you underline ENT in the word different? Yep. So that's our base adjective. And then the next word below that is brilliance. There's no ENT or ANT at the end of that word, so it mustn't be a base word. What about the word after it? We've got fragrance. Read that word aloud. Fragrance. The next word, elegant. Oh, elegant has ANT, doesn't it? Underline ANT.